Welcome to Beyond the Open Door. I am your host, Domina, and you have entered a safe and sacred space. Tonight, while I was having just a quick moment with Hecate, I just started talking to her, and I just started expressing stuff. Whatever was in me was just starting to come out, and so I just opened my mouth and just let it start going. And I started saying some things about peeling off layers, and I ended up pulling a card from the oracle deck of hers that I have. It's called the Hecatean Oracle. One of the cards, not one, the only card that I pulled was card number 45, which is called Purses, and the word at the bottom of the card says destruction. And when I looked at that and I read the book, and it told a quick synopsis about who Perseus is, which is her father, and he's known for destroying things and annihilating things, and it kind of fell in line with what I was saying as I was just speaking words to her, but mainly for myself, because I don't need to build her up. I was building up myself. But in doing that, I recognize that it is time for us to be destructive to ourselves. And what do I mean by that? I mean it is time to tear down those words that have been spoken over us since we were little. And I even got a picture. It wasn't necessarily me. I don't believe it was necessarily me, but it came within me that some of us have had words spoken of us even in the womb, and it affected us even before we came through that vaginal space. Those words were already spoken over us. That sentiment was already, and we felt it, and it came through the umbilical cord, and we felt it even as embryos in the womb. We felt it. And then even as we came through, when we breathed our first breath, and while people were smiling over us, especially as infants, and telling us how beautiful we were and what we were going to be, life started to life. And things started to happen. And then ideas changed about us. And not so much that it was negative, but what folks meant well when they tried to say things to us didn't always come off in the right way. And they had no idea how that was affecting us through our blood, through our psyche, through our mind, our heart, our spirit, our very essence. They had no idea what those words were doing to us, and yet they had good intentions when they said them, even when they were trying to build us up and criticize us constructively, just to help us, put on a stronger armor or whatever. Even in them trying to protect us, even in them trying to shield us, so that we wouldn't feel, and we wouldn't experience, and we wouldn't see, and we wouldn't hear, and we wouldn't experience and touch and feel and taste and all those things. Even in their well-intended practice, they still did not realize what they were doing. I recall that even as I was coming out and I was waking up and being enlightened, or whatever the term you want to use, when I came to realize how I raised my son, and I shouldn't say my son because my husband and I, we raised our son together, but as a young boy, I realized the molding that I gave him, which I thought was helping him to be free and helping him to have his own mind and so forth and so on. I realized that I was putting myself on him and my spiritual expectations for myself on him. And as I began to get free, and as I began to destroy that old mindset for me, I had to apologize to him. Because while he was trying to rebel, I was still trying to hold on and show him, no, this is the way. You can't steer from this. This is the way. And when I realized how if I could take it all back and I could have another chance to start over with him again, it would be different. But unfortunately, I don't have that. So all I could do at that point was just say, hey, I did what I thought was right. I steered you in the way that would keep you, help you grow and help you blase, 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 blase. But I was wrong. Now, maybe for some of you, it's too late for that because your parents are no longer here. And while they may be on the other side and they realize that where they are, they could never express that here on this side of the veil. And so you're still walking this out. You're still trying to be who you know you are. And you're still trying to shake off. It is time. It is time. It is time to destroy it all. That doesn't mean you don't love your parents. You don't love those who were guardians over you at the time. It doesn't mean you don't love, you don't care, you don't honor, you don't respect, you don't appreciate. But what it does mean is that was their issue and it is no longer going to be yours. So if there was a sibling that got all the A's and said everything right and all the teachers poured accolades on him or her and you never got that, it is time to destroy that. It is time for you to see that what you have to give, what you bring to the table, who you are is enough. You are perfect. So destroy that self-doubt. Destroy that negative thought about yourself. You are good enough. Tear down that, Lucifer even said that to me this morning. Do not wow. No longer doubt yourself were the words to me. No longer doubt yourself. That's for me to pull off, to destroy. Self-doubt. We got enough going on. There's enough negativity. There's enough beating up. There's enough name calling. There's enough degrading. There's enough putting down. There's plenty of that to go around. But we can no longer do it to ourselves. You are the right one to make this happen. You are there at this time for this purpose. And while others could be there, they're not there. You are. You're making the difference. You're turning it around. Because you are enough. And I don't care how many people don't think that you have what it takes. All you got to do is just keep doing what you do. You don't have to talk yourself up. You don't have to write a big 10,000 word resume about yourself. You don't have to have this 50-page portfolio about yourself. You don't have to do any of that. Keep doing what you do. Keep showing up. Keep being who you are. And if you've never shown them, show yourself. You are brave. You are courageous. You are powerful. You are the one who needs to be in authority right now. It is you and nobody else. It is you. But my skin color is this. It is you. You were born the color that you are on purpose. You were born the way you are on purpose. Because in spite of the societal norm, you were never meant to be the norm. We got to get a better understanding of what abnormal really means. Everybody is trying to be like everybody. Everybody's trying to sound like everybody. Everybody's trying to impress that next person. Everybody is trying to prove just how great they are or why they should be included. How about we try just being a little bit abnormal? How about we try to not be like everybody else and we accept ourselves for who we are, the way we are, and we make a difference in that space with that abnormality. Let's try it. Let's give it a try. There are 30 days in this month. Today is the 15th day of September. For the rest of this month, purpose within yourself to be abnormal. And as you come into your abnormality, realize just how important you are. Not to your mother, not to your father, not to your brothers and sisters, not to your husband or your wife, not to your partner, your spouse, not to your children, grandchildren, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, friends. You're doing this for yourself. Learn how to be okay. In your abnormality. Well, I'm going to say all that. Whatever it takes. Destroy that old mindset about yourself. Yeah, but my hair, I like my hair to be straight and it's kinky coily. I'd like my eyes to be blue and they're dark brown. I'd like my teeth to be shiny white and they're the mother of pearl. But how is all that you think you don't have gonna make you be who you really are? All these people who are getting all this major work done on them, and that's fine, they have the money to do it, have at it. But why aren't we okay with who we are? Flaws and all. Why can't we just show up and tear it all up and rebuild it just the way we are? That's the challenge for myself. I'm destroying everything. I'm tearing it all down. All the fake stuff that I put on, and not necessarily weave or anything like that, but all the the fake identity that I put on myself and all the big words that I can say to impress others. If that's the true me, then that's the true me. But if it's not, and I'm trying to put it on because I think the true me isn't good enough, no, it's time to bring the true me out. It's time for you to bring out the true you. And if that scares some people, let them be scared. Because all that says is that they're not their true selves either. And what you're doing, they can't possibly do in the state of mind where they are right now. They can't possibly do. I remember when I started my locks and how crazy I looked at the time. And one of my sisters, as they started to grow out and they started to get longer and you know, the craziness of my hair went away and it started to look quote unquote normal. The one thing she admitted was I couldn't do that. I couldn't let my hair grow like that. I was tired of not being okay with who I am. And at that point in my life, it was my hair. And I had processed it to death, and I had braided it to death, and I had sewn in it to death, and braided it to death, and sewn in it, and relaxed it, and hot pressed it, and the whole nine, just trying to look normal. When all I really wanted to be was free to be me. And 9 years ago, when I decided I was going to be okay with me and let my hair grow the way it grew, and if it didn't get any longer than it was when I started, I was still going to be okay with me. And I said I wasn't going to do any fancy twists to it. I wasn't going to try to keep it maintained. I was just going to get it started and let it go from there. Because I was tired of trying to fit somebody else's mold. I was tired of not accepting myself and being okay with myself. And that was the beginning of my journey of destroying that ugly mindset that I had about myself. Still a work in progress. But Hecate has reminded me this evening, destruction is necessary. Thank you. I think I'm just going to leave it there. I challenge you for the next 15 days. Do whatever it takes to destroy that old mindset about yourself. Start loving yourself. Start appreciating yourself. Start building yourself up. Stop waiting for somebody else to tell you how great you are. You don't need all that shit. You are great. Say it to yourself. Stand in front of a mirror and say it to yourself. You are great. You are enough. You are beautiful. You are bold. You are courageous. You are the shit. You can have what you say you want. You can do what you say you want to do. You can make it work. You're smart enough. You're cool enough. You're magic enough. Let's get to work. No more excuses. No more hiding ourselves. No more self-sabotaging. No more believing what others said about you. Show yourself the real you. And with that, peace and blessings to you all.